Well, we made it. This is Daisy Peak. It's about 4 miles out from the lodge where I started here at sunrise. And the elevation is, I know it's over 7,000 feet. I think it's about 7,500, but I'm not absolutely certain of that. But let's take a look around. There's Mount Rainier. Amidst all the butterflies and bees and mosquitoes that followed me up here. And there you can see down below at the bottom is the beginning of the White River. And it flows out, you see the braids snaking back and forth. And it flows out of the terminal moraine of, I think it's Emmons Glacier, but I'm not sure if that's the right glacier. And as you can tell, those glaciers are really receding. This is very unusual to see rock face up here this time of year or any time of year. Usually you might see, say, one of the spires, like that spire off to the left. You might see that. Or this area here on the north side, this craggy rock face here. That might show up a little bit of a patch, but you never see anything that's so pervasive. Of course, the glaciers themselves take a little while to retreat. So that's a process that's been happening for several years, but it's gotten to a point that it's never been before in modern times. And when rock shows like that, it's going to trap more sunlight, which is going to trap more heat, which is going to make the ice melt even more. And so I'm taking a picture now because 30 or 40 years from now, Mount Rainier might be something like Mount Kilimanjaro, which used to have a lot of ice on it. It was very picturesque and world famous, and now for the last several years has been barren. There's nothing but barren rock. So let's look off to our left, and I hope you can see this. It's a little tough to tell what you can actually pick up. It's a very hazy day. There's a lot of water, a lot of humidity in the air. It's very hot, except when a breeze blows off the snow. But what you're hopefully seeing behind that ridge there is Mount Adams. So there's 3 volcanoes that form a triangle, and each leg of the triangle is about 45 to 60 miles in length. And one end is Mount Rainier, one end is Mount Adams, and one end is Mount St. Helens. But we can't see St. Helens because it's blocked by Mount Rainier today. One of these days I'm going to find a hike where I can see all 3. And now I'm looking towards the west, so on a clear day, like if I come up here first thing this morning, I maybe could have seen the Olympic Mountains, which are on the other side of Puget Sound, and are over by the coast. And I'd go hiking out there a lot, but we can't, not visible now. And if we look to the north, I was just talking to one of the park rangers, and she said one of those peaks to the north of us is Mount Baker, which I don't know, it's kind of hard to believe. I don't recognize it, but she should know what she's talking about. Mount Baker is probably I'm going to guess 200 miles north of here, and it's over on the Canadian border. So this is quite a viewpoint that we have here. And as I continue to circle around, returning east towards eastern Washington and the deserts and the farmland that's out there. I don't know if you can see just a little glint of light on one of those mountains. That's either a lookout or it might be that lodge that I was at this morning, that ski lodge. I'm part of that. Again, that'll be southeast Washington. That's the wine country out there on the other side of those mountains. Very dry. And the Columbia River behind those mountains. And again, back to Mount Adams, and beyond Mount Adams is the Columbia River and Oregon and Mount Hood.